All right, guys, welcome back to our comic review, Z's Comics Reviews. That's what we're calling it, Z's Comics Reviews Comics, where we talk about weekly releases and any news from the industry and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and dive into the news. So first up, Batman Wayne Family Adventures. If you like slice of life, but you also like the DC characters and stuff and want to see them interact in like social situations or everyday stuff, which like some of my favorite comics are where the superheroes have downtime and just just do normal everyday stuff, but like there's always that little superhero flair to it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That is what this entire series is based on.
I do like it. I gotta finish the second one so I can get the third.
Let me know so I can order it. I think I'm out.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, Batman Wayne Family Adventures, they originally started on Webtoons. DC and a bunch of other indie comic publishers decided to just start making online comics for Webtoons. And they got Batman Wayne Family Adventures, Red Hood and the Outlaws, and Zatanna and Jack the Ripper, I think, right, is what it's called. And I highly recommend you get them because they're just all really good. The artwork is well done. Batman Wayne Family Adventures, fun for the whole family. I don't say that lightly because I'm a dad myself, and dude, I would let my kids read this like all day, and they're just really good. Next up, so back to the original news for Batman Wayne Family Adventures. Not really a whole review, but it actually comes back starting up again on June 19th. Ooh. So Webtoons, a lot of publishers have like hiatuses. Basically, they finish out the season. And the season's been out for a while. So it's coming back June 19th. Right now, they do have 2 mini episodes, mini issues episodes. I don't know what they call them on there. Yeah. But yeah, they got 2 of them loaded up right there. Alfred's Day Off or Alfred's Break, I think it's called. And, you know, just random stuff.
Man deserves a break.
He really does. To the point where even Batman just has to just let him be. So it's really good, really fun. Highly recommend it. Find it on Webtoons, Batman Wayne Family Adventures. Or if you're like me and you like the physical copies, go out to your local comic shop, pick some up, order some.
Just nothing like being able to actually...
It is. Plus, dude, I just like the way they smell.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on to our next bit of news. The X-Men have finished up their Krakoa storyline in X-Men number 35 that just released this week. As you can see right here, this is actually a callback to the Powers of X number 1, I believe, or is it House of X number 1? But anyway, first they were coming, now they're going. So now, I believe starting in July, late June, early July, they're going to start doing a reboot of all the X-Men titles. And in response to a bunch of questions, there has been word from Tom Brevoort, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He is the chief editor for all X-Men titles. Everybody was all excited when this whole storyline started that Jean Grey and Cyclops and Wolverine were all in a throuple, all poly and stuff. And this guy, Tom Brevoort, comes out and just says, nope, never happened. Like, dude, we all saw how their house was built, okay? They in the early days, they actually showed how their living arrangements were, and why would Wolverine and Cyclops have a corridor only to Jean's room? You tell me that. Tell me that isn't a throuple. I don't care either way. I'm not judging, but you know, like if it happened, it happened. But yeah, now this guy's coming out and saying like why? What was the point? I mean, that's like why is the weird uncle like living next door, and why does his door go to your room, kind of thing, or why does his door go to your mom's room? So yeah, kind of weird. Come on, Tom, be better. Anyway, now we are moving on to reviews in no particular order because I have no plans.
Yeah.
All right, first up, we're gonna go with Space Ghost number 2. All right. I don't know if you guys saw earlier video about talking about Space Ghost number 1. Space Ghost number 2, we get to know Space Ghost a little more, and I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know much about the old school Space Ghost, like the Hanna-Barbera stuff, but this one right here, solid. All right, the artwork is friggin' amazing. I think the artwork might be wasted on it, but at the same time, dude, the writing is starting to get really good. I mean, this is basically Batman finding two Robins in space. In space. So, like, he's basically Space Batman. I don't know how else to describe this character iteration. Comes off as gruff, kind of like a Frank Miller All-Star Batman, and then he just like they prove themselves to him, and he's like, okay, fine. If you're gonna stick around, I'm gonna have to train you, kind of thing. And yeah, dude just winds up with two Robins and a Gleek. What's the monkey's name in this one? I forgot.
I don't know, bro. I'm not reading this one.
You're not reading this one?
No.
You didn't read this one?
No, I don't.
Why did I put one in your box?
I don't know why. I didn't even notice it in there.
Yeah.
But I didn't even read the first one.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he embarrasses me. Anyway, so bottom line, this thing, you get to know Space Ghost a little more. You get to know his backstory. And I'm not going to lie, man, it's kind of sad. It is kind of sad. The artwork is amazing. Jan and the brother, they're doing their thing and they're backing up Space Ghost, but first they got to get in trouble. I mean, their kids being left alone on the ghost planet. What else are you gonna do? It's basically an entire planet that's a bat cave. But yeah, I highly recommend this. I'm not beating around the bush, man. I'm gonna give it a 4. And the only reason I'm giving it a 4 and not a 5 is because the ending felt really cheesy. And that's why it's not a 5 out of 5. A 4 out of 5 is still pretty good, I think.
It's
but
still
the ending, it's
that cheesy.
It was very cheesy. And I'm not even talking Hanna-Barbera cheesy. I'm talking like the writing should have been better cheesy.
Like Sci-Fi Channel original movie cheesy.
Yes. Yeah, that's the cheesiness of it. Okay, it ended too fast. There should have been at least 4 more pages in here just to like make it not cheesy. Okay. But anyway, 4 out of 5, definitely pick it up. I highly recommend it. There are so many variants for this thing. I really like the retro Frank Cho ones. They're so cool.
The covers do look amazing.
And next up, we got Ultimates. Number 1. This is spinning out of, I believe, Ultimate Invasion. The storyline at the end of last year, 2023, where the maker decided to, you know what, let's go and remake my universe. But instead of just remaking his universe, he completely disrupted it. He went back in time in his universe just to ensure the survival of him and that he controls the world. And if you don't know the maker, for the past few years, ever since the disillusionment of the Ultimate Universe line, he has basically been a thorn in the side of all of the Marvel 616 guys. And no, I don't mean the MCU 616. I mean actual Marvel comics.
Come on, MCU. We know you're not that.
1999999. Okay, that's your designation.
Nice.
Iman Vellani backs up everybody. Okay,
exactly.
All right.
There we go.
So anyway, so this one picks up pretty close to the end, the culmination of Ultimate Invasion, and you find out that it was Tony Stark that sent Ultimate Spider-Man his Pico suit and the spider and all that stuff in what's called origin boxes.
Yeah.
And that's basically what he's trying. He's basically making a superhero insurgency to try to fix the world.
Trying to get them back.
That's the crux of this whole comic right here. The artwork is great.
Yes.
The opening shot reminds me of the original Ultimates #1 opening shot, and
I like
it's beautiful. I love the correlations. Love the Easter eggs.
I love one. Yes, like for instance, the Hawkeye one where they showed like
the Hawkeye one with the Amazing Spider-Man walking away. They gave him
the Spider-Man No More thing, but it's Hawkeye.
Yeah, so like they I'm actually going to leave this one really as vague as possible because there's a lot of surprises in there that will be ruined if we tell you.
It's
But
definitely-
I just want you to read it and find them out yourself.
I am
because,
I am liking Hank Pym a little bit in here just because of the way things are going. For him.
yeah, new
Like,
Hank Pym in
New
here.
Hank Pym is nice.
I like this one. I like this one. He's not a white.
Yeah, he's not a douche. He's
Yeah.
calling himself out on it.
Yeah, and but that's all we're gonna
Yes,
say about
yeah,
that. I mean,
like, 'cause
I want
it's
to
so
tell you
much.
everything. I really do.
So little
But
things
this
happen.
is so good. Okay,
It's the nitty gritty details.
and I did not find any fault with this.
yeah, like it's so nice. The ending little thing where it's like Tony's little like memoir page thing to his dad.
Oh
is
yeah,
great too.
and
Words.
Tony Stark is not Iron Man in this
Yeah.
one. But this is in the solicitations and everything.
Mhm.
His dad, Howard Stark, was Iron Man.
Mhm.
This Tony Stark is a teenager, teaming up with the Ultimate Universe's Doctor Doom,
Yes,
but he's not Doctor Doom.
exactly.
I'm
He's a
not going to tell you who he
different
is.
Different Doom.
This is a different Doom. You're probably going to figure out who he is, but I'm not going to tell you.
Because it's kind of easy to guess.
It really
But still.
is. But
Still.
yeah, still. If you've seen Ultimate Invasion, you'll probably know.
Yeah.
All right, and dude, 5 out of 5.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I give it 5 out of 5.
As doctors say, I concur.
Yes. All right, and moving on to My Adventures
Yes.
with Superman.
Look at that.
Okay,
Such a beautiful cover.
tie-in comic to the TV series
Mm-hmm.
My Adventures with Superman. This is actually written by one of the writers, two of the writers, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Two of the writers from the actual show.
Yes.
The artwork is reminiscent of the actual
It is.
cartoon show,
Uh-huh.
and it is very good. This one takes place in between seasons 1 and seasons 2 and is
Mhm.
considered canon
At Christmas
So-
time.
at Christmas time. If you've been following My Adventures with Superman, the TV show at the end of
Mhm.
season 1, it's been out for a year, guys. So I'm
Yes.
dropping a spoiler, I guess.
Mhm.
But at the end of season 1, the Mom Pa Kent's farm is totally destroyed. The house, for some reason, is still,
Exactly. You can't mess
around.
with the house.
Yeah, you can't mess with the house. But their fields, their barn, all that stuff destroyed. So they don't really have the space to host Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
So now is Clark's first Christmas alone.
Yep.
So
Very sad.
and we were talking about this earlier
Mhm.
about how some of the lines in here, some of the interactions in the early 3 pages,
Mhm.
kind of give it a feel almost like For the Man Who Has Everything, written by
Yes.
Alan Moore.
For that Justice League Unlimited episode.
Yeah,
Very classic.
the Just League Unlimited episode, was it called For the Man Who Has Everything?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah.
So that one, classic episode. That is actually the only episode, fun fact, that Alan Moore decided to let them use his name for.
Mm.
So, little fact, Alan Moore does not like any adaptations of his work. And I can kind of understand why. I mean, he made a story in a specific medium,
Yes.
and it's not going to translate well. But
Yes.
in that one, they showed it to him, and he said, "Okay, you can use my name." So that was cool.
Yeah. That is
Yeah.
pretty nice.
So it got the stamp of approval from the father of the storyline kind of thing. But yeah, moving back to this one, really good. The artwork is, like I said, reminiscent
Looks
of the
just
TV
like
show.
the show. It's like,
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, man, there's a character in here that looks more like Deathstroke.
yes.
Then
exactly
Deathstroke.
what I was thinking.
I don't know who it is because you said it was Deadshot. That's not Deadshot.
Really? No, not Deadshot. I'm Idris Elba's dude from
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Okay,
yes,
all
that's
right.
what I meant. Yeah, he
Okay.
shows up a little towards the end, and the entire time before they say his last name, before they're like, "Oh, it's Dubois," I'm just there thinking, why does this guy look more Deathstrokey than Deathstroke
That just
in
sounded
this show?
weird. But yeah,
Why are you always thinking so
I'm
horribly?
tired and
Come on.
dehydrated. Okay.
I guess
I work in a garage during the day.
this is true. Okay.
But yeah, super cool storyline. I think it's a solid start for the miniseries. I think it's supposed to be a 6-issue miniseries. Might be longer.
Yeah.
Not sure. But yeah, totally pick it up.
Mhm. I'm liking it.
Support the show, and this is it's solid. Okay,
Yes,
it's solid.
It's a solid one.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give it a 4 to 5.
Mhm.
It wasn't perfect.
I would go for
it.
it,
wasn't
yeah.
perfect. Some of it felt forced. Some of the writing,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I just love the series.
Yeah,
I
like
really do.
I'll admit it at that too. Like maybe like a 3.5 ish for people that may not actually be like that into the show or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you like the show, it definitely goes a long way. It gives you that little extra spice, you know?
It really does. But yeah, all right, guys. That brings us to the close for our reviews, for our news, for the the comic segment.
Yes.
So hit the like and subscribe, and also in our not the comment section, in our about me, there are a bunch of links or stuff that you can copy and paste for our Facebook page, Instagram page, and I believe I put my eBay one on there too. So if you see anything you want on here, shoot a message to any of them, and we'll see what we can do. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.